Good evening, everybody. If I can have everybody have a seat, and we will get started. My name is David Wilson, and I am President and CEO of the Walla Walla Valley Chamber of Commerce. And it is first my pleasure to welcome you to the fabulous Powerhouse Theatre for tonight. And we're very proud to be a part of the Global Entrepreneur Week, which is happening all around the world this week, and we'll talk about that more, and our PitchIt competition for tonight. And we have some fabulous, fabulous contestants that are here. And, you know, there's been a series of rounds to get to tonight, and tonight's the finale. And so I guess what I'd like to do is just start off with a round of applause for all the contestants that have the nerve to come and pitch it. So let's offer a round of applause. So there are a lot of folks that have been involved in putting this together, and the thing that's so fabulous, it is a joint venture of a lot of people from a lot of different institutions, from the K through 12 schools, well, public schools, college play schools, as well as the colleges and universities here. So a fabulous collaboration from the community to make tonight happen. So again, I thank everybody for the effort to make this happen. This is the second annual PitchIt competition, and I think this is going to continue to grow and be what we do over the Global Entrepreneur Week. PitchIt is nearly 100, one of nearly 100 different events that are happening around Washington State, and as I mentioned, that are also happening around the world to promote folks to look at entrepreneurship, and we can generate the next generation of companies. This year, we would like to also thank our lead sponsor, Baker Boyer Bank, for making tonight happen, and a round of applause for Baker Boyer. Okay, so Global Entrepreneur Week is really a celebration about innovation and job creators who, again, have the nerve to think about launching startups, and as young adults, young professionals. I always love the Mark Twain quote that all you need in this world is ignorance and confidence, and then success is assured. And I think that is actually applies to a lot of grown-up entrepreneurs as well. You know, you have to believe in yourself and believe in crazy ideas can happen. So again, we're very proud to be part of a global event this week here in Walla Walla. We have 7 teams competing tonight for some fabulous prizes. First place will be $500 in a bank account at Baker Boyer, as well as 3 coaching meetings, mentorship meetings with a local business mentor, as well as a gift card from Staples for their very first set of business cards. Second place will be a free handheld device from Inland Cellular, and I appreciate Inland Cellular stepping up and being a partner. As well as a free mentoring session with our SBDC, which is a Small Business Development Center, and the director there, Joe Jacobs, and who will give you an opportunity to help refine your business plan. Third place is $100 cash towards the business, and also a free mentoring session with Joe Jacobs. So what is PitchIt? So this is inspired by the television show Shark Tank, which many of you have seen, and it provides a vehicle for students to develop innovative ideas for business concepts, present their concept in front of an audience and a panel of judges, and see what the reaction is. The format of tonight is pretty simple. Each presenter will have 3 minutes to present their business idea, and then at the end of the 3 minutes, we will go to questions from our panel of judges that you'll meet in just 1 second. Amy Murray, who runs Junior Achievement. Amy is in our front row. Very sweet woman, but a ruthless timekeeper. So she will keep track of time for us so we can push this along all night. And so thank you, Amy, for helping us. So the judging and how will it happen? So each contestant will be ranked in 3 main areas for their pitch. They will be ranked for the pitch itself, the creativity, as well as the viability of the business concept that they present. At the end of the night, our judges at the end of the pitches, they will go off stage, they will tally the results, and then they'll come back and join us with the results, and we'll announce who is first, second, and third out of the contest. So it is time to meet our Shark Tank. And our local panel of judges, and if I would just like to welcome all of our judges, and we'll introduce them here in just a minute, but it's a great group of local entrepreneurs. So judges, will you please join me on stage? Please. Nice sound effect. Jaws, if you get it. All right, good. Just want to make sure you're keeping up out there. Okay. So I would like to introduce, many of you may know these fine folks, but they're all good friends of ours and at the Chamber and community leaders, but also very good business people. And so they're perfect judges for tonight. And so I would like to start with Megan Clubb, who is chairman at Baker Boyer Bank. Megan, welcome. Andre Beau is owner of Andre's Kitchen, a fabulous world-class chef and entrepreneur in his own right. Hank Warden is with Edward Jones Investments. Shannon Bergman is owner of Express Employment Professionals. And Zachary Frazier is Chief Operating Officer of Pacific Baseball Ventures, which owns the Walla Walla Sweets, among other baseball teams. So first, a round of applause for our judges. So, you know, tonight is about learning about being an entrepreneur, and there's nothing like having to stand and present an idea, and so it's going to be a fabulous experience for all of the contestants tonight. I'd like to just give a chance for the experience that's sitting at our judge table and ask each of you, if you wouldn't mind, is there any particular piece of advice, or from your experience, as far as if someone is thinking crazy enough to start a business, but you know, good advice for a young entrepreneur, or what's the very best business advice that you have ever received in your own life? So Megan, do you have something that you want to share with us?
Sure. So I think I would sum it up by saying focus on relationships. And obviously, positive, strong relationships with your family and friends are important for joy in your life, but it's really also true that I think that strong and positive relationships in your business is a very key part of success of the business. So when you're thinking about an idea, it's important to reach out to those people that you trust their opinions and make sure that you have people that'll give you some really honest feedback. Leverage those relationships. I think you have to think really strategically when you're thinking about who you're going to hire. You want a diverse team around you. You want the best people around you, but you want to really build strong relationships with your employees so that you can do a great job with collaboration. And then it kind of strikes me that sometimes we forget that relationships are important in the selling of our product, particularly if it's the internet. But if you're selling over the web, you need to think about and know people that can really tell you how to focus in on doing the best job, or if you have a distributor, you have to have strong relationships there. So, you know, leverage and really focus on relationships.
That's great. Thank you. Andre, best piece of advice or advice to someone trying to start a business?
I kind of think that you want to be involved in something and move forward with something that you're really passionate about. I think that if you go into business and you're looking at something as a way to make money, but maybe it's not the thing that you have a passion for, it might come back and kind of be something later in life. You're going, man, I wish I would have gone and done this because this is really what I like, and I'm doing something that I'm really not liking. So I think that, you know, as you're developing your ideas and what you're doing, look at things that you actually really, really have a passion for. One of the things that when we're hiring people to work for us, one of the questions I always ask them is, tell me something that you're passionate about. And I don't care if it's collecting baseball cards. You know, if you have passion for what you're doing, it's going to come through in your voice. You're going to be able to, I'll be able to know, oh yeah, this guy or gal really loves what they're talking about right here. So I think that if you have passion for something, just go ahead and follow it and move forward with it that way.
That's great. Good advice. Hank.
I'd probably start with it as starting off as an entrepreneur. You pretty much have to embrace failure and relentlessly focus on solutions. So just over the years, any of the history you read about very, very successful people, they had many more failures than they had successes, but we all remember the successes. And one other thing that I think in today's world is that doesn't happen as much as it should is preparation. So be prepared, have a vision, think through what you're going to do, and be prepared for whatever's happening tomorrow. So organize tomorrow today type of thing. So I think those are a couple things that new business people better embrace.
That's great. Thank you, Hank. Shannon.
3 things, really, pretty simple. One is have a super solid plan. And the second thing is to seek out a mentor so you can talk things through. And the third thing is that you have to be able to and get really good at thinking on your feet, because the landscape around you is going to constantly be shifting sands. So you have to give yourself a little bit of room to accept those changing circumstances all the time.
That's great. Thank you.
Andre mentioned baseball cards. Raise your hand if you actually know what a baseball card is. Okay, I just want to make sure that's a throwback right there. Throwback to me. I collected them. This is not a knock on. Yeah, this is. I collected them. My advice would be have a reason to be hungry, and recognize that early on, especially when you're starting out, it's okay to be hungry, and hungry creates drive. I had a newborn baby son and a new wife, and I was scared to death of starving, and so it gave me a reason every day to, even when it wasn't fun, because even if you love it and even if it's something that you're passionate about, there are days when it's not fun. It gave me a reason to keep going, because ultimately I had other people that counted on whether we were going to be successful or not. And the second piece would be a little story about Megan. Megan talked about relationships. Megan was the first business relationship that I met in Walla Walla, and I walked in with a pitch that was on par with what you would see in a Seattle market when we first started out, and she politely sat me down and was very kind enough to teach me about the market in Walla Walla. But all of a sudden, I had somebody who knew me for 5 minutes giving me advice on how to be successful in Walla Walla. And I'm not smart on a lot of things, but I was smart enough to listen to her advice. And so develop those relationships and pay attention, listen to what they're saying, because usually those people have more experience than you do, and that's okay. So
Great. Thank you. Wow, that's very surprising. Zachary, tone it down a little bit. That's very shocking to me. That's just for those of you that know, Zachary is a good friend. Okay, so it's time that we get started with our first contestant. Are you ready, judges, for our first contestant? Contestants, in this case. So I would like to introduce to the stage VT Bows, Paris Orchard, and Jaden Sellers to come out and pitch it.
All right, I'm Paris Orchard.
And I'm Jaden Sellers.
And this is VT Boko.
Our product is athletic hair bows, so those of you who play softball and soccer and volleyball for the girls, we make athletic hair bows. So us being athletes, we know how hard it is to look cute on game day. Our target audience is female athletes, sports teams, and female fans. So if you're watching the Seahawks game, we can make you a Seahawks bow with your favorite player's number on it.
So our cost of goods, our startup cost is $38, and that includes the glue gun and the scissors. Our variable cost is $30, which is your hair ties, your ribbon, and your glue sticks. Add those two up together, and you get a total of $68. Now for our 7-inch bow, which is like the one in my hair, that is $350. Our 5-inch bows are $250, and our 3-inch bows are $150.
Our retail cost of our product, our 7-inch big bows are $10, our 5-inch medium-sized bows are $6, and our 3-inch small bows are $4. Our features and benefits, our bows are high quality, they're durable, they're handmade, and because they're handmade, they have their own personal characteristics. You can get your team's colors, and we would donate 5% of each profit to the St. Jude's Children's Hospital. Our launch date and first year plans, our launch date is late November. We're going to be selling to the local high schools and middle schools. We'll be at the Parks and Recreation teams. We'll be at the Red Monkey sporting events. We're actually waiting for our approval to be there. We do have our own business website. We are going to be putting up posters at the YMCA. We have our own Instagram account, and we will be at local sporting events.
So our evaluation after 1 year. The average product for us is our 5-inch bow. And to make one of those, it costs $250. We sell that at a retail price of $6. Now our profit for one of those is $350. In the first year, we plan to sell 200, and that would create a gross profit of $700. Now our startup cost is $38, as I mentioned before, and that would get us to a profit of $662. Now after we take out the 5% donation, we get $33, which is the 5% donation, and after that, our net profit is $629. That is what we put in our pocket at the end of the first year.
Questions?
Thank you. So first of all, these are really beautiful. You guys did a great job on these. They're really nice. I'm assuming we have a 7 and a 5 and a 3-inch bow. Okay. Why St. Jude's?
Because I feel that that's a really good cause for those children that have to go through that they deserve to get that donation money to go towards like cancer research and to help the kids with leukemia. It's just something that I feel the need to donate to.
So you've thought through the profits very well. I'm wondering, how did you decide what to price the bows at? You have 3 different sizes, you have 3 different prices. How'd you make a decision about the price?
Well, so for our cost to make it, we put into consideration the time to make it. So for the average one, it was 50 minutes for 10 of them, so about 5 minutes a piece. And we also put in consideration the cost of the ribbon, the hair ties, and the glue sticks, all of that, and that we came up with our price to sell it, or our price to make it, and then we marked it up and got it to the price to sell.
So your startup costs that you mentioned in the beginning there, and then does that startup include enough supplies to be able to do that final sheet that showed us your profit, or is there going to be more additional costs needed to buy supplies, ribbons, glue, the scrunchies on there to make that profit, or does that $38 and the ribbon cover enough to make $700?
The 38 is basically going to get us going up and running and to get our first probably 10 or 20 out. And then basically we just keep buying according to the demand that comes in.
So out of the $38, how many ribbons can you make? Like your large, medium, small? Do you guys have any idea?
Well, for $38, that's our startup cost. So yeah, for the average one, it's probably around 10. Would you say 10? Yeah.
For the
$10.
medium size. And also, is there a different cost for the different teams that you might, the design and the ribbons and that sort of thing? So would a different school have a different color or different expense to build that ribbon?
No, not really. I mean, it's just a different color ribbon and how we put it all together. So it's around the same price.
So I run sports teams. I like stuff that I can sell that is in my team colors, especially because our fans will buy them. Two questions. One, you only target half of the potential customer base. Is there a plan to introduce a comparable product for men? And the second question is, how do you anticipate shelf space? How are you going to acquire shelf space? You mentioned a whole bunch of locations where you're going to retail. What are you paying to those people to provide, or for them to provide you the shelf space to retail your product?
So the shelf space, well, we're still waiting for approval from the Red Monkey and from the YMCA. And we'll probably go along with that as it goes, as we get approval. And what was your other question?
You only have half the potential client base covered. What, do you have a comparable male product?
Well, we were thinking about after our first year expanding, and one of the judges at the preliminary contest said that we could do little bow ties for the guys, or we were also thinking we could do paracord necklaces.
What's your method of delivery on these? So say a school orders them, are you personally delivering them? Are they being delivered via UPS from someplace? And then have you guys looked at website and ordering off of a website then, and then having a delivery done through that way as well? And do you have a plan for that?
So if it's in the area, we can probably hand deliver it, and if it's probably going to pass Tri-Cities, we'll probably have to ship it. And we have looked into doing the website, and that's still under construction, but we are thinking that it would be a good idea to put it in there where you could order online and we could deliver it to you.
Quick question about your time. You said you're going to profit $628. How much time are you investing to get to that $628 profit? How much is your time worth?
Our time, like to make each one.
Make the volume that you need for the $628 in profit.
Well, so like I said, each bow takes, like the medium ones, take 5 minutes. So if you do 10 of them, that's 50. So probably around 50 for 10.
Where do we go? Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great job. Just need to grab the mic change. Let's give a huge round of applause for that. Yeah. You know, that takes a lot of guts, and I just think they did a fabulous job. And so again, that was Paris Orchard and Jaden Sellers and VT Bose. And our next contestant we will introduce in 1 second. We just need to get them mic'd up. So bear with me 1/2 second. All right. We're using the wireless mics, which run down folks' shirts, and it was quite a scene back there for a second. Our next contestants are Unleashing Your Closet's Potential, and Lindsay Scherer and Melanie Morales. Please welcome them to the stage. Come pitch it.
Hi, Yeah. Yep. The clicker. There was.
You know, coming up with a great business is the easy part. This is the stuff that's hard. So I think it's that one.
Yes. Thank you. Have you ever woken up in the morning and didn't know what to wear? Our app is the solution to your morning fashion dilemma.
Hi, I'm Lindsay Shear,
And I'm Melanie Morales.
and our app is called Untapped. Our mission is to unleash your closet's potential.
The purpose of our app is to eliminate time, save money, and increase your self-esteem.
Our app features 5 different pages: the closet, calendar, market, donate, and trending page. The closet page is where you take pictures of your clothing or choose some presets in order so that our app can generate outfits based on weather or occasion.
The calendar page keeps track of what you wear. So let's say you have a business meeting or event to go to this week. This will keep track of what you wear so that you don't repeat an outfit twice.
The market page is where you can sell or buy other people's clothing, or you can go to the donate page and choose to make a difference by donating your clothes to a charitable organization.
The trending page will give you fashion insight, and on here you can find fashion bloggers. Also, if you find an outfit that you like, there will be a store link connected to it so that you can make your purchases.
So we would like to collaborate with a variety of different retailers in our target market, including Macy's, H&M, Forever 21, and Nordstrom.
Apps aren't the new big thing, they are everything, and we believe that mobile marketing is essential to our business. So what we would do is advertise on store web pages, we would pay with popular YouTubers and Instagrammers in the fashion field, and we would also make joint marketing efforts.
So these apps are similar to ours. However, our app has a variety of different features that these apps lack.
The risks that are involved in making this app would be bugs and viruses, competition that may be better funded, as well as poor rating on our initial launch. Our target market is between the ages 14 and 45, and this makes up about 72% of the population. We'd mainly target towards the females and some males, which makes up about 590 million users. And with these statistics here, you can see that our market is quite extensive.
So our revenue strategies come from 5 different app business models, and our average revenue per user based on these models is $1.20 annually. So this summer we plan on doing 6 months of development, and then the next year we plan to start making profit because we lose a lot the first year. The third year we prepare for the release of our app globally. Year 4 we release our app globally, and this is where we see our profit has a major increase. Year 5, our app will be used internationally. With convenience combined with social media, Untapped will revolutionize the way people dress.
Thank you for considering Untapped.
So, quick question. Are you planning on your revenue coming from advertising on the app, or is it going to be a pay-to-use type situation where you download the app and every time you use it there's a fee, or there's a monthly fee or a yearly fee or something like that? How are you planning on actually making that money?
So I said we based on our 5 app business models, so we haven't specifically chosen one. We're leaning towards going with free and then later adding like a pay for ad, no ad version. But just based on different apps and their findings, they made about 10 cents per month just as an average with all kinds of those different business models. So this is what we're shooting for. We haven't quite decided which method is best to go.
Great job. I was just wondering on your competition, are they free?
No. Or one of them is free. It ranges between $4 up to $20 per app, and there isn't even a free version for the ones that you have to pay for.
And do they have an ongoing cost once you buy their app? How do they make their money? Is it off advertising?
I think it's off advertising and a one-time fee.
Okay. One more question, sorry about that. Well, about the stores like a Macy's, why would they help us understand why they would collaborate with you and where would they fit into your model?
So basically, they're going to have access to our customers' wish list. They can look and see what they want and basically target towards what their style is. Essentially, they could even maybe look inside our customers' closets. So I think retailers would pay to know that kind of information.
So how do you expect to approach them? You know, I talked about relationships are really important. How are you going to approach and pitch this to those companies?
Pretty much like we did here, and show, just show them that what our app is, how our plan is to expand globally, and how, I don't know, just adding.
How would you access them? Who's your target for the pitch?
Our target market?
In an organization like Macy's, like who would you go after to try to build that relationship?
Probably the marketing person.
Head of marketing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
On game days, I wear khaki shorts and red shirts. Do you have an app that'll help me match all of that up? Who is programming this, and how are you paying the programmer?
So we're gonna probably have 4 programmers to begin with in our initial development stage. And so based on that, I think we have $100,000 a month calculated for that. It's gonna be around $750,000 for just the development of the app. And so we also might give them an option to have some equity in our business. So we don't have specific developers chosen, but yeah.
How are you planning on raising your startup capital to pay the $750,000? Are you looking for investors? Are you looking for somebody to walk in and cover the whole thing? Is there
Probably investors. because
investors.
That'd be more realistic too, because we don't have $750,000.
And this competition too.
Yeah.
So if you have investors, then at what point are investors getting their return, and what's the rate of return that you would offer to investors?
Are you borrowing money from them, or are you going to let them own part of your company?
We would like to let them own part of our company. So we'll give up a certain percentage of our company. Yeah.
Yeah, what percentage? Because you really don't want to give up more than 50% of your company.
Yeah, we're willing to give up, I think, 49 or 50% of our company total.
49.
49 would be the ideal.
Control of your company. What year would you anticipate being able to do that in your 5-year summer pro forma?
What year would we?
At what point would an investor be able to get their money back, either as actual cash, I get my cash back, or my shares have fully vested? How long does it take?
Well, year 1, we're going to start making profit. So I'd say hopefully by year 1, but for sure by year 2, when it's preparing.
Developed already.
So I'm really attracted to the idea of having a calendar that shows what you wear, because that's one of my biggest nightmares when I walk into a meeting that I attend every 2 months. And I'm just wondering, how are you going to access the value added in terms of trends for clothing, particularly since you're thinking globally? Where are you going to get that expertise?
Yeah, so we're going to hire fashion advisors for us because we don't know everything. So we're going to hire several fashion advisors. And once we expand globally, we'll need to get people from all over the world so we can cater
collaborate.
to those people in different countries. So yeah, that's our plan.
We need to do one more mic change, and then we will be with our next contestant. I was just starting to think, God, was this the same outfit I wore to Business After Hours last week? And I could have used that.
I think I see Andre in the same jeans
I'm
and
just
t-shirt.
kind of, I had this sinking. Yeah, you had the same thing with your tea? Yeah? I had this very sinking feeling.
Andre, how did you choose your hat today?
I did choose this hat.
With an app? With an app?
which is great. So can we have one more round of applause for Lindsay Shear and Melanie Morales? So we will be back in just 1 second. All right, our next contestant, the business is Art of the Farmer. Please welcome to the stage Marcus Hudegaard.
Hi, I'm Marcus Hunegart, and my business is Art of the Farmer. My product is rustic farmhouse art made from old rusty barbed wire, and it's green. My target audience are homeowners, agricultural businesses, and home decorators, and also our fabulous tourists. My cost and price, materials are free, my welding supplies are $5, and my labor per hour is $10 an hour. And cost of goods to produce my item is $15, and my market price is $35. So that's a markup of 133%, and my net profit is $20. It's unique, handmade, and it's green and good for our community, and durable and weatherproof inside and outside. I launched my business in the spring of 2015, and I'm going to take advantage of the holidays to kickstart off my business. I'm currently exploring new products, and I have an Instagram now that's Art of the Farmer, and my email's on there, and you can contact me over my email to order your art. I'm working towards promoting my business at community events like the farmers market and holiday bashes and stuff like that. So my goals are to sell it for $35, so that's $15 to produce the item, so that would make $20 profit. And I want to sell 6 per month, and so that's 80 over 14 months, that's 84 over 14 months. And so that's a gross of $3,000 by December 2016. And I'd also like to start working towards just custom work instead of stockpile. Are there any questions?
So, Marcus, great job. My question is, you have a price of $35. How'd you choose that? And have you had experience so far to know whether that is a price that you'll be able to hit?
Yes, ma'am. I've sold my product for that price already, and I've done research online. And it's like $50 to order it online.
How many have you sold so far?
I've sold about 8 pieces.
8 pieces.
How many designs do you have, Marcus?
Right now, I currently have 9 designs.
And do each design take the same amount of time, or?
Yes, yeah.
I do. Just one last question about your custom, if you get into custom work, how are you going to charge people? And do you have any formula that you're going to use to do that?
Yeah, because what I do is I make a template to weave the wire around. So if they give me a picture, I can just make the template, and that takes about an hour to do that.
So you only have the one price, so whether it's a bigger piece or a smaller piece, it would be the $35. That's one part. And then the second part is the farmer's market and things like that. The only way you plan on marketing it, or is there other things that you kind of have, maybe trying to get them into secondhand furniture stores or resale type places like that to where you can go, or are you just trying to do a word of mouth farmer's market and see where it goes kind of
Word
thing?
of mouth.
And then
see where it
the
goes.
price is only, you just go on $35 and that's what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Assuming your materials are I'm assuming are farm waste, correct?
Yeah.
And what happens when the farm waste is gone? Where are you going to get your materials?
There is endless amounts of farm waste.
I'm not a farmer, just making sure, just asking. Second question that I have, that's great. I haven't been on a farm recently. So what other cost of goods do you have beyond, if your material is free, what other cost of goods you create the $15 cost of goods that you noted in your pro forma?
That would be $5 for my welding, and that covers the wire.
Okay, so
and the welder.
I wasn't sure if that was, okay, got it, all right. Labor was $10 and his welding was $5, so that's, he says he already has it, right? You already own your own machine, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if there's a really big demand, are you planning on coming up with some partners to help you in the business? And if so, what would the criteria be to select those partners?
I'd actually have my brother help me. And so and then he'd get part of the profit also.
So that the FFA, if I were to buy that, it would be $35 per letter, is that right?
It's $35 for the first letter, and it's $10 for the additional letters. Because when I
Really?
make them as a bundle, the welding costs cover all 3 pieces, and my labor cost covers all 3 pieces also.
So if I bought 9 stars, is that the same kind of deal?
Same deal.
Okay. All right.
So as far as your brother, how are you paying him? Are you sharing the profits? Are you promising him? What are you doing? And if you need more, help than that, so how long does it take you to build the star?
To make the star, it actually took me about half an hour, but it'll take me less time now that I have the template already made.
Okay. And your brother?
I don't know how.
I don't want to put you on the spot. He might be in the audience.
Are brothers endless like farm wire is endless? I just, do they just always keep coming
I
up?
promised my brother a lot of things, but I just wondered.
Marcus, what do you think are the 2 most important priorities or keys to the success of this launch?
To have fun and enjoy this whole entire experience.
Careful when we pick those up. So can we give one more round of applause for Marcus, Art of the Farmer?
No, I'm not going anywhere.
All right. We're going to keep rolling. So our next business is Staging Spain. And hopefully my 2 years of high school Spanish will come in handy. Danielle Ocharate. Please welcome Danielle.
Hi, I'm Daniel Chorarte, an exchange student from Spain. I'm going to do a service of staging and advertising houses on sale in Spain. I'm going to work with my grandfather, a retired architect. This service is going to take place in a residential area next to Madrid. There are 4 towns in this area with almost 300,000 people. The average of the incomes of the families in this area is the highest in the country. Most houses are condos or row houses. The Spanish real estate market is different from the US. More than 50% of the houses are sold by owners, so they don't market their house correctly. And agencies have high prices and they don't offer staging. My service. I visit the house and I meet the owners. I provide a list of accessories, like those, to stage the house, and I calculate the amount of work. I purchase the items, reveal to client, then I clean tidy and take pictures. I create an advertisement for a web page and I design the brochures, like those. Something that can differentiate your house from others. Finally, I deliver the brochures and the thumb drive with pictures and my work is done. The retail price of services will have 3 parts. The price of accessories plus a markup. Each hour of cleaning, tidy and decorating is $40, and each home, the fixed part is $320 that come from the cost plus a markup. The cost of producing the services are: the startup cost could be $210 for staging the 3 fair houses for free, and tools and cleaning products. The insurance, just in case something happens, is $800 a year, and each client cost me $215 and the hours of staying in the house, and the breakdown is transportation, brochures, and thumb drive. The audience are owners of houses in this area who want to increase their home value and reduce time on market. This service is less expensive than similar services. In most cases, we only declare and resell what they currently own. It makes it easier to sell a house and it's convenient for owners. It can increase the value of their home from 6 to 15%. My marketing plan, I'm going to create a Facebook profile with information about my services, and I will post weekly. Word of mouth and referrals, that's why I do the 3 fair houses for free, so I can post pictures on Facebook with testimonials written by the owners, and then go to a real estate fair in Madrid. I will go back to Spain in June, and I will start my business in July. In August, I will stage my 3 fair houses for free, and during the first year, I should stage at least 15 houses that would generate a profit of $7,800. Stage in Spain.
Daniel, how did you research this project and come up with it? Do you have any competition?
The market in Spain is different, so I read some articles telling that in the United States, people stage the house to attract more possible buyers and get higher prices. And there are not much people that do this in Spain, and it's not very popular. So it can enter in the market and be successful.
So you're basically just connecting a buyer and the seller of the home, and then you're out of the picture, and then they're going to do their deal, whether with a bank or just interpersonal with them, or there's no, once you market the house and you find a client, I suppose that's what you're doing, is you're bringing a client to them.
No,
You're done?
I do the advertisement and I stage the house. Then I give everything to them and they are in charge of finding the clients for them. I just give them the work done to find the clients.
So you're working directly with the seller of the house.
Yeah.
You stage their house and then you're out.
Yes.
And you work with them. Okay. I've never been to Spain, so I'm going to go with you when you go back in June.
Okay.
And and I assume there's 50% of people who sell their houses are selling them themselves.
Yes.
And so is this why you feel there's a need for this service?
Yes. Normally, people don't. They could market the house better and get a better price because the people would like more the house. So I think I could do that and help them to sell the house. And then I do the brochures. That is something that nobody does. So it's something unique that can differentiate their house from others.
Okay.
So Daniel, people get really attached to their house, and they also kind of get blind to seeing things that may not be so attractive around them. Tell me how you're going to approach a house that is particularly cluttered and a client that maybe is defensive.
I could explain it that it can make them with more money, and everybody wants more money for their house. So that.
What would be your explanation? Pretend I'm the person that's basically questioning why would I get great thing out of this?
They have to live in a neutral style, so there's no any style very heavy in the visualize. So most of the people would like that instead of just the people who like their style. So it has to be something neutral, so everybody can like that and everybody can buy it.
How will you persuade them that this will get more money? And if you had to guess, what percentage increase in the price would they get?
I could tell them some other houses that I've done before. That's why I do the 3-5 houses for free, so they can have some background in which they can check and
So as far as the cost when you come in someone's home for the items, what do you expect their cost to be, and how did you come up with your pricing structure?
First, I go to the house and I see more or less what they need, and then I search the price in internet where I'm going to buy it. I make a budget of all the things that they need, and they pay me, and then I buy them by internet. I ship them to their home, and they receive them there, and then I go to their home and decorate it with the new accessories. And normally I calculate it between 200 and 500, depending on what they want to buy and what they need.
Do you know here in the United States what people charge to stage houses?
Yes. Here in the United States, it's a percentage of the house, and normally it's with the agencies, so you pay directly to the agencies, and then they contract this another stager to stage the homes. So it's not really directly to the home stager. So, and I only seen one other person that does this in Madrid, not in my area, in another area, and they charge like 900 euros, and they don't do the brochures or the advertisement in the webpage.
Spain does sound pretty good right about now, doesn't it? So again, let's give another hand for Danielle, staging Spain. Okay, our next business, Pro Shifter, Shift Like a Pro. Please welcome Harry Shaw. Harry, the stage is yours.
There's only. My name is Harry Shaw. I'm 12 years old. I attend Weston Middle School. My invention, the Pro Shifter. Shift like a pro. Hear it, see it, feel it. Our friend little Jose, who is 7 years old, just got a dirt bike. He was so excited to ride it. I was riding beside him, and I was trying to tell him to shift up, but he couldn't hear me because his motor was revving up too much. I learned the hard way because I actually blew up a motor myself. I didn't know what the sounds meant. My parents were not too happy. My solution, the Pro Shifter, a shift indicator / tachometer that is kid-friendly. It uses colors and icons. I looked online to see what they had for tachometers and shifting devices for dirt bikes. And there are pages and pages that come up on a Google search, ranging in price from $700 to $300. The shift indicators and tachometers on the market are complicated for little kids. They use numbers and dials. That is when I decided to come up with a kid-friendly RPM measuring device, the Pro Shifter. It uses colors and icons to pair with sound and feel, a tough shock-proof case, and it is made in the USA. The Pro Shifter is compatible with any dirt bike. Instead of complicated dials or mysterious numbers for a little kid, it uses a color-coded system with icons to tell you when to shift up or down. It is easy to install. The cord attaches to a power source, a ground, and around the spark plug shroud or coil. With a wire and connector, it is also very easy to remove when a kid can learn to hear and feel when to shift. I have had many adults say that they would have liked to have this when they were learning how to ride. It is much cheaper to buy a Pro Shifter. The Pro Shifter, shift like a pro. Hear it, see it, feel it. Oh, and I forgot to say that a motor is really expensive, so it's better to buy a Pro Shifter. Oh, and that's my friend little Jose, who revved the motor really loud.
So Harry, tell me about your plan to manufacture this product.
Okay, what I'm planning to do is that I will have someone make it for me and then ship it to all the stores and Amazon, in dirtbike.com, and all the places, that I will sell it at.
What will your criteria be for selecting who you want to have make it for you?
Well, I was thinking there are companies in Tri-Cities, also, there are people, who work at Nelson Irrigation, and stuff who could make them. And yeah. And Key Technology, I know some people there.
Leverage those relationships. Way to go.
So, Harry, how many do you think you'll sell in the first year?
Well, I was hoping to sell about 1,000.
Okay, and who are you going to target? Who's your
Well-
market? And how are you going to get to those people to buy them?
Well, I'm going to target, parents who want their little kids to learn how to shift. Because maybe some adults, that want to learn how to shift too. There's a few adults out there.
Yeah, Zach might need it.
I know how to drive a car. I don't know how to ride a dirt bike. So, in your pro forma here, you show cost of goods at $20 or under, and then you have a retail price of $20.
Yes.
How are we going to reconcile not making any money?
Well, I will make $5 profit because actually the product manufacturing will cost $3 and the product distribution, to stores like Honda USA and Polaris will cost $2. And then the wholesale price, I will sell it to them for $10. Yes. Yes. And I will make $5 out of that.
Have you researched your costs in producing this?
Yes.
I like your style. You're very...
Harry, you need to keep it up. You're going to do great in life, I'll guarantee you. So Harry, talk to me about the production of it and how many people would maybe be, putting it together, and are you going to do it in your garage to start up, or how are you going to do that? Tell me.
No, I will probably find, a company, around here, that can make it for me, and then I'll just get it off the ground, and
Okay.
get them
Perfect.
sold.
Get them sold.
His confidence
Good job,
is...
Harry.
I'm pumped. I'm ready to go because he's pumped and ready to go.
I'm doing it. Great job, Harry.
Out of time? We're good? All right, great job. Way to go. Way to go. All right. I think, as he said, little Jose as a partner and him would be pretty amazing. So again, one more time for Harry Shaw.
Food has this amazing power to bring people together.
I don't know either.
Food has this amazing power.
How are you doing that?
It's a live show, people.
Dave didn't eat the catering before, apparently, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you're missing right there?
Is that what that was?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so we have two left, two contestants left, and our next business is Hot Stuff Catering with Heather Nygaard. Please welcome Heather.
Thank you. I brought a crowd with me. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
There's a clicker if you need it.
Now I can see it. Maybe.
Food has this amazing power to bring people together. Think of all those Christmases, Thanksgivings, and impromptu dinners with family and friends, sitting around the table, laughing, talking, and passing platters of steaming deliciousness.
Hi, I'm Heather Nygaard, owner of Hot Stuff Catering Company. I'm passionate about great food and excellent customer service. Over the last 12 years, I've organized dinners for everything from intimate gatherings to plated 5-course meals for large groups. Hot Stuff Catering provides a wide range of comfort food, specializing in vegan and vegetarian cuisine. My team consists of a professionally trained chef and highly skilled professional waitstaff. My chef and I work with clients to prepare custom menus, as well as provide preset menu options. I'm excited to be able to bring a new option to the Walla Walla Valley, and I hope you consider Hot Stuff Catering Company for your next event. So the target demographic for Hot Stuff Catering Company is families with an annual income of $100,000 or more, brides planning their weddings, and businesses and nonprofits that entertain clients utilizing catering services. According to the Port of Walla Walla, 16% of our population in Walla Walla County makes over $100,000, and roughly 30% of the population in College Place claims the Adventist faith, making our community uniquely able to support a caterer that specializes in vegan and vegetarian cuisine. The cost to start Hot Stuff Catering Company is about $19,000. You'll see the paper there. I already have the trailer fully equipped with all of the appliances that I need, and also a generator and a 1-ton truck to pull the trailer. The marketing plan for Hot Stuff Catering Company consists of several pieces. A social media marketing plan that includes a Facebook page and a website with an integrated blog where I'll talk about recipes and cooking tips. I'll also do some face-to-face prospecting. I'll attend food truck events, and I will use the hot pink 1-ton Dodge as my daily driver to increase visibility. On average, I'll charge $25 to $50 per person based on what services and menu my client decides on. Using the low end of my average, I'll profit 30% after paying all of my expenses. So projecting 4 events per month with 100 guests per event, I will profit over $40,000 in 1 year. My goal for the next 5 years is to increase to 8 events per month, and that will give me the capital I need to move my business to a brick and mortar building that will allow me to cater multiple events in 1 day, so I can use the building and the trailer. Okay, I have a vegan plate for you all to try here, and Riley will let you know what is being said in front of you.
Heather, can you talk a little bit about your competition and how you came up with your pricing?
The guy sitting next to you?
Yeah.
That one?
I was just wondering. Well, but you're vegan.
Yeah.
It's a little different, but I mean, I think the pricing structure and that sort of thing, I'm interested in hearing from you about.
So when I was doing my market research, that's pretty much middle of the road. Andre will know if I'm lying or not. So I was trying to choose a price that I felt comfortable charging and that seemed to follow what other caterers in the valley are charging right now.
Andre, I'm interested to know if you were sitting here and you had, $100,000 that you could invest as an angel investor in a new business like this, what would you be thinking right now, listening to Heather? Is this the kind of thing that Walla Walla is looking for?
I think there's definitely a need out there for vegan vegetarian cater. I mean, I think that's a solid idea.
Thank you.
A couple things if you want to think about is like your commissary kitchen. Where you're going to be. Have you thought about that? Because there's usually leases involved in that. You need to be realistic on your food cost and throw in labor into that as well. Mm-hmm. And then also you're going to have all your insurances, your permits, your fees, your health department stuff that you've got to do to have a mobile permit. Is all that figured into your bottom line of your profit then?
So I have a projected income and expense sheet that I gave you in the packet, and I'm sure that you could probably figure out what I'm missing there. I'm sure there's a few things that I just don't know about yet that I need to include on that, but I did include cost of goods, how much my food is going to cost, what I'm going to pay for labor, that sort of thing. Insurance. So Heather, you say you have hired a professionally trained chef. Tell me a little bit about how that. Yes, yes. Tell me, and not to put you on the spot, but tell me a little bit about what was your criteria? How did you make a decision about who you wanted to partner with?
So Riley here is such a good friend and helped me out today. Not on the payroll yet, but I started working with the culinary department at the college late spring, and it gave me this really great opportunity to work with all of the students that would be graduating. Now, I have to start off somewhere, and so do they, and I love the idea of being able to choose a really talented student coming fresh out of college to cook for me. And so I just got the greatest opportunity to work with them in Capstone Kitchen for about 2 months this summer and really get to know all of them on a personal level.
What are we eating?
Oh, yes.
Tonight is popcorn cashew cream grits, braised collard greens, spicy hush puppy, pepper jam, and a little chili oil as garnish. Please enjoy.
And it's all vegan.
You already own your pink truck?
I own a red truck
Red,
that is
okay.
going to be pink very soon, even though my husband is still having a hard time with that.
Hey, he'll if our players can wear pink jerseys every year, he can drive a pink truck, right?
You know what?
Right,
If
is
I'm
that
making
right?
money, he doesn't care.
Exactly.
I just noticed, just kind of doing a quick look through on this, that,
Okay.
you know, like insurance on your truck that you would need to have, and then I just don't see the commissary kitchen figured in there. You know, whether you're going to be co-oping with somebody in a space or things like that, those are things that you're going to definitely need to have. Also, I don't see any equipment as far as figuring in for all your pots, pans.
Oh, that's on my startup cost sheet. But if you want to make notes on that and give it back to me, I could probably use a lot of them. Oh.
Have you already started doing this? Shh. Yeah, I don't know the rules.
For friends, not being paid for it. But I've been doing it for church functions and for friends for the last like 13 years. And then I'm also working as the catering coordinator with the college.
Great.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to be the biggest challenge to the success as you roll this out?
Absolutely, just getting my name out there and being fearless about networking with people and just being proud of my business and wanting everybody to know about it. I think that's going to be the biggest challenge, and that is a large focus of my marketing plan.
Again, one more time for Heather and her catering business. Clearly, as she said, her biggest challenge, and I appreciated the question as far as getting her name out there and meeting with people. We should talk about a chamber membership, clearly. I think that's kind of, I'd be remiss if I missed that. We'll let them take notes for just a minute. We have one last contestant, and we'll get to that in 1 second. And then we will have the judges adjourn and have them put together their notes and deliberations. So why don't we go ahead and bring out our last contestant. This is Angel Animals Cookie Society and Abby Rolfe. Please welcome Abby Rolfe to the stage. It's all yours.
cookies, or even both. So I wanted to know if you liked any of those options to please raise your hand. Now, what if you could eat cookies and help animals at the same time? Hi, I'm Abby Rolfe, and I'm going to be making my great-grandmother, Grandma Ethel's sugar cookies. I want to make cookies to sell so I can donate some of the money to the Humane Society. I'm going to start by making cookies in my kitchen with my mom, and we're going to sell them at booths in front of popular stores like Safeway, Walmart, and Harvest Foods. I'm going to sell them to the people who are coming in and out of the stores, and also the people who just came to buy cookies. The cookies cost 50 cents per package, and the cost I'm selling them for is $2.50, $1 for profit, and $1 for donation. For my growth plan, I will get the word out on social media, and if I need bigger batches of cookies, my kitchen's too small, so I'll have to move into a commercial kitchen. So I'll use the prize money and the money from angel investors for that. The angel investors will be relatives from my family. So to answer the question I asked before, my angel animal business is because it provides many things for the Humane Society, because they can use the money for things like blankets, dog food, and chew toys. I'm selling my first pack of cookies tonight, and I was wondering who wants to buy the first pack. I'm done.
Okay, Abby. Great job. They did a great job, and they're delicious. So, Abby, when you make your cookies, how long does it make you to make a batch of cookies, and how many are in a batch?
There are going to be 13 to 14 in a batch, and it probably takes us about an hour to make each batch.
And do you have a goal on how many cookies you want to sell per month or per year?
We're thinking about making at least 126 cookies per month, and we'll sell them probably once a month. So it leaves us at 315 cookies a year.
This is the first sugar cookie of the holiday season for me, so thank you. You've now officially started the holiday season for me. Will you pay your mom?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you a brownie?
A brownie?
Girl Scout, brownies?
No. I have friends who are, and my grandfather is a volunteer at the Humane Society, and I've been there a couple times, and I just kind of want to help the animals.
So how did you choose the recipe beside it being an old family favorite? Were there other things, other recipes, other types of cookies that you thought? And
Not really, because I love sugar cookies more than pretty much any other cookie.
Good,
And I
good.
decided, what recipe? I don't know any recipes. And then my great-grandmother's recipe came into my head, and I talked to my mom about it, and we decided to make Grandma Ethel's sugar cookies.
Perfect.
Did you buy that bow from those bow girls that were here earlier?
They're just letting me use it right now.
Abby, how old are you?
I'm 8, and I'm in 3rd grade at Prospect Point Elementary.
Awesome. Okay, so you're 8 years old, which means that you can't get on Facebook or Twitter yet. Whose account will you use for social media?
My parents said they'd probably help me set up one for my business. And I could use it on our computer. And other devices.
So 126 cookies a month, and you're going to sell them at 50 cents a packet? Or is this, how much a packet?
$2.50
50
a
cents.
package.
And how much is going to the Humane Society?
$1, because I have to keep $1 for profit to buy cookie supplies and like kitchen supplies.
How much are you paying your mom?
I'd also use the prize money for that and and maybe a tiny bit of the money I earned from my profit.
All right. Good job.
You said angel investors for your family, so it sounds like you're looking for some startup capital, some money up front. What would be the initial buy-in to be a partner in the Angel Animals Cookie Society?
I don't really understand that.
Okay, if I want to invest in your company, how much do I need to give you in order to become an investor?
Well, probably enough to make at least a batch of cookies.
A batch, okay.
So if you had
a fair
access to a kitchen that was big enough to make a large batch of cookies, would that be enough to be an investor in the company?
Well, probably, yeah.
I have a big kitchen.
Are there competitors in the market?
Not that I know of right now.
Okay.
Great job, you're all done.
Abby, you actually have your first sale. Come over here, Abby.
Watch your step.
So this gentleman right here is going to give you your first sale of $5 for the package of cookies.
Watch your step. I appreciate that the shark judges didn't bite too hard on her. That was awful. That was awful kind of you. Yeah, it was a great ploy. And I appreciate Andre always looking for an opportunity. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to ask the judges to make their way back to the dressing room, and they'll complete their notes and scoring, and to try to be back here in 15 minutes. Watch your step around the corner, so if you want to, and we'll see you guys in about 15 minutes. So what I'd like is we have some reserved seats here in the front row, and if everybody just stays seated for a second, I'll tell you what's going on. If you're a contestant that pitched tonight, if you would join us down in the front row, and then what's going to happen next is what I mentioned is that this is the culmination of the PitchIt competition. So this has been going on for a bit. And so 2 weeks ago, there were 23 teams that came together to compete in the prelims to lead up to tonight. And there were 10 college teams, there were 11 high school teams, and 2 individuals from the K through 8. A completely different set of 12 local business leaders sat in as judges. So this is the first time these judges have heard these pitches. One of the things that's very great is that they did a video that's about 13 minutes or so that will give you a sense of how we got to tonight with some of the other folks that came and pitched it. And so, again, we're going to watch that, and then we'll bring all the contestants back on stage. We'll bring the judges out, and we will take it from there. So if we could go ahead and roll the video that brought us to tonight, and we'll see you in a few minutes.
My name is Chloe Johnson, and I am an artist and photographer, and I've had my own business for 6 years, and my business is Enable Art.
And so you participated in the first PitchIt last year, correct?
Yes, correct.
So can you tell us a little bit about that?
I was at Walla Walla Community College, and I was in business class. I had just moved here from Spokane, and when I went to class, I was kind of trying to figure out if I wanted to continue my business here in Walla Walla. And so when I was in Anne's class, she wanted me to do this PitchIt contest, and I wasn't really sure because I just wasn't sure if I wanted to put the time into it. But she motivated me to do it, and when I started working on my business, I decided that it was going to be a good thing. So when I was in Anne's class, she started preparing me for the PitchIt contest, and I won the contest at Walla Walla Community College. And when I went to the final, I did my presentation, and I didn't win, but one of the judges, Hank, was there, and he talked to me afterwards and told me he'd love to meet up with me and talk more about my business and see how he could help me get started in the community. And he's been mentoring me now, and he's helped me with my business, and it's been growing. And I'm now busier here in Walla Walla in 11 months than I was 5 years in Spokane.
So what would you, so even if all the contestants, the young contestants here and the young entrepreneurs here tonight, say they have an idea and they don't win, or even the folks that did the preliminary contest and didn't win, what advice would you give them?
I'd give them, don't be discouraged, don't give up. If you keep pressing forward, there are going to be people that you meet in your life that will help you grow your business. So just continue to work hard at what you're pitching and just keep the doors open and see where it takes you.
I'm Todd Brandenburg, and I'm the president and founder of Pocket iNet Communications. Follow your dream and work hard to arrive at that dream. And it's going to take a lot of work, more than you've ever thought about before. But those that put in the hard work persevere. And if you're creating a product or service, create a product or service that people cannot go without, and you'll be successful.
Yeah, I'm Ted Cohen, Executive Director of Business Services for Walla Walla Public Schools. Yeah, I think the biggest thing would just be don't be afraid to make mistakes and learn from your mistakes and failures and just keep plugging away. So we're all going to make mistakes, and just don't get frustrated by that and keep trying. And if you got a passion for something, that's great.
My name's Alice Fryer. I work for the state of Washington for the Employment Security Department. I'm based out of the WorkSource office in Walla Walla, and I am a career pathway navigator, matching graduating students, mid-level career changers, more qualified individuals to local and regional employers. I would say if an opportunity arises, investigate it, check it out. Even if you're not sure about it, check it out. You never know.
My name is Ron Dunning. I have a few companies. I have Dunning Irrigation Supply at Loudon and in Melton Freewater. We also have a company in Tushy that's Tushy Seed and Energy, where we clean alfalfa seed and used to crush canola for the biofuel market, but we're not doing that now. Also, my wife and I have a business in downtown Walla Walla, and that's 51 East Main, and it's a vacation rental facility that we put in 2012, so it's one of our businesses. Do your homework, first of all. Find out if there's really a market for what you're going to do. And second, don't be afraid. Go out and step out there and take a chance. One thing about being an entrepreneur, it's not always a success. And if you fail, don't be afraid to try again, because it doesn't always work the first time, but it doesn't mean it won't work the second time. So I know I've been up and down. I've had the good, I've done well in some things and not so well in others, but you got to carry on in the things you do well.
I am Brandy Hammond, and I work for Hapo Community Credit Union here in Walla Walla. I am a financial center manager. I would give them the advice to always stay humble, hungry, and smart. Humble because you are going to make mistakes. There is going to be wrong decisions that are made. It's all about picking yourself up, readjusting, and humble to ask advice and the opinions of others who may have gone down the road before you, and then open to their feedback. Hungry to succeed, be goal-oriented every day and hungry to achieve your goals, and smart in your actions. Every action has a reaction, whether that's positive or negative, so be smart with your actions and make it a positive impression.
My name is Jim Kuntz. I'm the Executive Director of the Port of Walla Walla. We are the lead economic development agency for Walla Walla County. Follow your passion. Find something that you're good at and feel that you can perfect and make a difference in the marketplace, and follow your passion.
My name is David Lindstrom, and I am the Director of the Career Development Center at Walla Walla University. Persistent. If there's one word and a concept, I think persistency is probably the key to starting and maintaining your own business. And you have to have, in order to be persistent, you have to have that dream or goal out in front of you to keep you working. Sometimes those long hours, sometimes the brainstorming sessions get old, but you know, if you stick with it and you've got a dream or a passion that's driving you, then your chances of success are a lot higher.
My name is Marlene Ramsey, and I'm the Vice President of Instruction at Walla Walla Community College. I guess I would say that not to worry about trying to hit a home run at the first go-round, but think about being creative and practical. And those are two binaries, but often when you put something very creative with something that's very practical, it's amazing what good results come from that. So I would say creative and practical.
My name is Brad McMasters. I am the Economic Development Coordinator for Columbia County. I work out of the Port of Columbia office in Dayton, Washington, and I manage a contract with the State Department of Commerce. If I were to give one piece of advice, that would be to gather a team of trusted professionals to help you with essential elements of running your business. For example, financial matters, legal matters, marketing, because although you may have talents, skills, and passions in some of those areas, you're not going to have skills, passion, and talent in all of them, and you'll need someone to help you.
My name is Craig Sievertson. I work at Banner Bank. I am Senior Vice President and Manager of Business Banking and Consumer Lending. The advice I would give them is to first find something that they want to spend their time doing that they enjoy first. The second thing I think they need to remember is that they will get good at it, and if they love it, then getting good at it comes second. And the other thing I would add to that is make sure that it aligns with what they believe in.
Nancy Yo, I'm the owner of Walla Walla Web Weavers. We do web design, hosting, and development, mostly locally. You know, I really have been thinking hard on that. They are business entrepreneurs. Money is probably one of the goals. I just hope they don't lose the sight of having fun, that money is not the only thing.
Mark Thompson. I run a small little consulting company called MT Consulting that is under the umbrella of a consulting group called Dan Beebe Group. Employee relations issues, harassment issues, and then we work with athletic departments and school districts on harassment, discrimination, bullying, prevention. I've thought about this question. Don't be afraid to fail. Failure is where you learn. And as I look back, I'm 63, look back on 35 years of work. I bought a business when I was 29, and we just went for it. I didn't worry about failure. And so when you're young and you're going for it, just go for it. And don't worry about it. And put your head down every day and work. So, and do something that you're passionate about. But that doesn't mean every day you're going to have that passion. It means, you know, you have a goal out there that says, I want to get to this, so I'll pay the price. So I'm passionate about it, but I find too many kids today fear failure, and it's not bad to fail. Oh, I could talk all day on it, but just as I look back on the 3 businesses I've owned, you could go into laying out a plan, being strategic, but if you're really passionate about it, you'll just do it. But when you're young, man, it's like taking a test. Just take the test and see how you do. We'll figure out how to get you better at it. That's the way I taught, and that's the way I went through my business career, and that's the way I coached. You want to get in a big game to find out who you are, and then if you lose, well, let's go back and figure out what went wrong, fix it, and go after it again.
My name is Casey Waddell. I work at Baker Boyer Bank. I'm a business advisor, work with businesses to help them with their lending needs. Some advice to a young entrepreneur, I would say to not be afraid to take calculated risks. Risks are an important part of entrepreneurialism. I was in a fifth grade class today, and we were talking about Steve Jobs and his failures as an entrepreneur and how it helped him grow stronger. And calculated risks are very important as an entrepreneur, so don't be afraid to do that.
And if we can have all the contestants up on stage and join us, please. A big round of applause for that. And then I think okay, and again, if you would please welcome back to the stage our judges for tonight. So before we announce the winners for tonight's contest, again, what tonight is really about is learning how to be entrepreneurs. How do you refine an idea? How do you get better? And that has been a recurring theme for tonight. And so what we'd like to do is the judges would like to give each of you contestants just some positive feedback as you continue to build your business and career. And so what I'd like to do is start off with Megan. If you want to, well, you know what, I'm doing this other way around. I think what we're going to start first is with our first contestant to pitch is Paris Orchard and Jaden Sellers, and we'll get feedback from the judges. So
you girls with your BOCO, we really liked your product. We thought you had a really well-built, beautiful, quality-looking product. Like that a lot. And in this valley, there are so many different teams and organizations that you can market that to. It's sort of endless. So we thought that your product is really ready to go. It's the two of you. You know what your costs are. You can get started right away. Zach has even offered to let you have a booth at one of the sweets games and maybe try and sell some of the sweets bows at a sweets game perhaps and see how that goes over. So you were very well received. We liked your pitch. We liked your idea. We thought it was a very viable, ready to go product.
that's great. Thank you. So next, Unleashing Your Closet's Potential, Lindsay Shear and Melanie Morales.
Lindsay and Melanie, Thanks for your time and everything you did, putting a lot of study into your competition. We thought you did a great job of that. And your presentation was unbelievable, actually, as far as how you put it together, and in the short time you had to go through all those segments and all your different avenues you're going to sell your product. It was very well put together, but you didn't have near enough time to help us understand it. But we think you have quite the opportunity in the worldwide market. So keep it up. You did a great job.
Great. Next, Art of the Farmer, Marcus Hudegard.
Marcus, you have probably the most market-ready product. Obviously, you're already on the market. You're selling your product, so that was helpful. We think that you did a nice job of identifying the proper target markets, especially. You said it as a joke, but it's a real market right now. Is we have a lot of tourists that come to town and they want something to remind them of rustic, authentic Walla Walla, right? So that you have a real product that you can sell, and lots of venues in which you can do that in. The one general comment that is constructive but in nature is you can sell it for more. Your price point's too low. So take advantage of the fact that you have a unique skill. You have, in your own words, unlimited supply of material, and bump the price up a little bit. Make yourself worth more than you're giving yourself credit for right now.
That's great. Next, Staging Spain, Daniel Ochoa. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Daniel.
Daniel, thanks for coming tonight. We all think you did a really great job and probably enlightened us to how things are done in Spain, a little bit different than how they're done here in the United States. I think that we kind of generally thought that you had a great idea, and that it's something that, very cool that an exchange student would come over here and get involved in something like this, and then would, come up with this idea to take back to where he came from to try and put into place. So I commend you on that, and I think that this is a realistic opportunity for you to do and go back and probably do well with this back there. I really think that it's something that, with a little more thinking things through a little bit, I think you could go back and probably make a go of this in Madrid for sure. And also, Shannon wants to go back with you when you do go. So just make sure you hook up with her. Okay.
Great. Thank you, Andre. Yes, Shannon's a major Paella fan. So next, Pro Shifter, shift like a pro. Harry Shaw is our next contestant. Megan.
So Harry, you came out on stage, and I have to say you kind of started out in an understated way, but as we went through the presentation, you have a lot of creativity up there. And you're witty, you're clever. I thought your responses to our questions were really excellent, and you really gained our attention and interest. And like I said, the creativity, it really came out that you knew your target audience when you said that I've created something that's simple and what's on the market is very technical, and that you're really using colors and icons. That showed a lot of ingenuity and really good insight into who your target market is. I loved it when we asked you how you were going to produce it, and you said you knew people. So that really got my points. So I would say the thing to focus on is really the viability from a financial standpoint, and I'm sure there will be many people that would be willing to sit down and help you think through those ideas, but great job.
Next contestant, Hot Stuff Catering, Heather Nygaard.
Heather, we really enjoyed your presentation. We think that the vegan, vegetarian, there's a really big demand, and it's a great niche, and we think it'll work really well in Walla Walla. So really good thinking there. I thought you were really well organized. I thought the way that we looked at the design of your products and everything was really, really great. It looks like basically that you have some great potential and you got the opportunity to really have a success. The piece of advice that we would give you is to just focus in on the financials maybe a little bit. And, but we're all looking forward to taking advantage of your business as it's coming into Walla Walla. Thank you.
Great.
And this is really good.
Last but not least, with Angel Animals Cookie Society, Abby Rolfe.
I just gotta say, for you to come up here, and how old again are you? 8. Holy smokes. I mean, to come up and to get in front of a group like this and to talk about something that you really like, which are sugar cookies, kind of lets your passion show through, which really kind of is pretty awesome for me to see that. I think the cookies were delicious. I think you have a great plan. We love the fact that you want to give back some of the money to the Humane Society. Great deal there. I just hope that you kind of continue going forward with this, because I think that you know, with you and your parents, you might be onto something. I would like to just tell you personally, I'd let you come in and use my kitchen one time to make a big giant batch of cookies to go out and sell wherever you want to sell them, because if you make them in my kitchen, then they're good to go wherever you want to go sell them. You don't have to worry about any problems there. So I would offer that personally to you, from me to you. So good job up here.
Good. Andre, does that also include a piece of equity of her company to offer the kitchen? If I just want to be clear on the deal terms here.
Completely gratis.
Okay. We have this on tape, so. Okay.
One-time use. And I didn't cap the number of cookies, though. I said you can come in one time.
Okay, I'm a deal maker at heart. I want to be clear on these things. Okay. All right. So can we give just a huge round of applause to all of our contestants? You know, and was said by the judges, I mean, it takes a lot of guts to get up here, and you really should be applauded. And I think the thing is that there is no other way to get better at doing this than doing this. And so again, thanks for playing. You all did a great job. But at the end of the day, we have a third, a second, and a first place winner. And I can tell you the judges, I was only being half facetious, really wrestled with coming up with the winners tonight. I mean, you all did such a great job. But they did. So what I would like to do is first announce third place winner, which wins $100 cash and a free session, counseling session with Joe Jacobs at the SBDC. And no drum rolls? Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Yes, sir. Our winner is the Unleashing Your Closet's Potential, Lindsay Shear and Melanie Morales. Okay. Second place. It just amazingly builds the tension, don't you think? So our second place winner, and what is up for grabs, is a Galaxy Fabulous Tab 4 and also a consulting session with Joe Jacobs at the SBDC. And the winner is VT Bose, Paris Orchard, and Jadlyn Sellers. Congratulations. Okay, now I need drums big time on this one. Okay, this one's a good one. And so this is, again, I really want to thank Baker Boyer for really being a key lead sponsor for this. And Megan? Sneak up on me like that. So anyway, this is pretty cool. So this is $500 from Baker Boyer Bank, and it will also set them up with a mentor in their area to help them make their business go to the next step. And the winner is Art of the Farmer, Marcus Hudinger. That's great. Congratulations.
So let's give another round of applause to everyone that was up here. They are all incredible and great winners. I have to say, when the pitch came to Baker Boyer to be the sponsor for this, we were immediately all in. And I think it's just really representative. When you think about entrepreneurship in the Walla Walla Valley, you can go back 150 years and think of many, many, many examples all the time of great ideas and businesses that have been created here. So you guys are the future, continuing on this great entrepreneurial spirit that we see here in Walla Walla. Thank you to the judges and everyone, and put it on your calendars, because for entrepreneurship next week, 2016, we'll be coming back here and doing it again.
Here, why don't you get towards the front?
Actually, you know what? Before we start doing pictures, we have one more quick announcement.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Hi, guys. I'm Heidi Wells from the College Place School District. This is so bright up here, and I know how you feel. I'd like to thank the judges as well. This is for you four. This is your second year of doing this, and so thank you again for letting us borrow you again for tonight. Thanks for all the participants. Megan, thank you so much for sponsoring this event for the next 3 years. So certainly get your ideas going, because we're going to do this again. And we have some books to hand out to all of the contestants that we bought for you on entrepreneurism. So a little light Christmas time reading, right, over break. And also Hank Warden from Edward Jones Investment has given you a gift certificate. There's a gift in there for a 1-year subscription to Success Magazine. So read up and read your books, read your magazines, and go for it. So other than that, I think we'll do pictures and gifts.
Okay. So again, thank you all for coming. Thank you all for playing. Thank you, judges. And we're going to call that a night. Thank you very much.